Hey guys, this is Ryan with Mom on Mission, and today I'm joining in another collaboration hosted by Ingrid over at the Ingrid Chronicles, and this is the How We Schedule Our Homeschool collaboration. So make sure you check out Ingrid's channel down below and check out the playlist to find some other ideas from some other moms on how they schedule their homeschool. I know when I was first starting, this was a pretty daunting task for me. I am very much a planner and a scheduler, but trying to find something that would work for our family, that would both get us through what we wanted to get through, but also not overwhelm us. This has taken several years to kind of perfect, and I think we'll probably year by year tweak it even more. Even this year, we have started becoming year-round homeschoolers. We decided that mid-year, which is kind of different, but I just thought I would go kind of through my process on how I plan out my school year and maybe give you some ideas, and maybe you can give me some ideas down at the bottom, because this is by no means a perfect schedule for us. This is just kind of how it's worked, and it's the best we can come up with for now. So what I do at the beginning of the year, my first year homeschooling, I wanted to plan out the entire year at the very beginning. If you've been homeschooling for any time at all, you will probably find that that doesn't work, because life happens, and because we are homeschoolers and we have the flexibility to, when life gives us something crazy, coronavirus, or a death in the family, or whatever it may be, it is nice to be homeschoolers and to have that chance to alter your schedule depending on what's happening. So now what I do at the beginning of the year, I take out my year at a glance, and I will insert pictures here instead of holding anything up. It's a lot easier for you to see that way. And I go in and I think, okay, when do we want to actually start our school year? And because we're year round now, that doesn't matter quite as much, but the date that I put in there is the date that I want to pull out their new curriculum. So this is when I officially say you've moved on to the next grade. And I mark that date. And then I also mark the date that I would like to transition into lighter schoolwork. And this is a very flexible date. This is by no means set in stone. This is just the date that I would like to start wrapping up their curriculum. And then we will still school through the year, but I want it to be a lighter load during the summer so that we can get outside a lot more and go have fun adventures outside of our house. So I get kind of that approximate end date, but if things carry on into the summer, that's no big deal because we school year round. And then I go through and I mark off the weeks that I know for sure we're going to want to take off. So I think of Christmas, Thanksgiving, if we want to take a spring break, if we're going on vacation, anything like that, I mark those weeks off. And then I go through and with the weeks that are left, I give myself an approximate 6 weeks on, 1 week off. Sometimes that stretches into 7 or 8 weeks on, and sometimes that goes down to 4 weeks on, depending, especially with Christmas and Thanksgiving, different things like that where we have to kind of space things differently. But it averages about 6 weeks on, 1 week off. So we will do school for 6 weeks in a row and then take a week off. During that week, I usually will catch up on some things in our house that need to be done. We will do some more of the fun type things that we don't typically have time for during our school year. Pull out those science kits that they've gotten or art kits that they've gotten. We do a lot of extra reading and just take a much slower pace and get some stuff done. And then I go through and I look at my curriculum. After I have my year at a glance and I know, okay, these are the weeks we're going to be doing school, I go through and I see, okay, I want to get through this book before they start the next grade. So I look at those beginning dates and that approximate end date, and I see, okay, we have 36 lessons in this book, or we have however many lessons. So I know that we need to roughly get done 1 a week, or roughly get done 1 every 2 weeks, or for our Saxon math, there's like 150 lessons or something. So I know, okay, we need to do that approximately 4 times a week. And so then I just kind of plug in what we need to get done by the end of each week, what I would like to get done. Again, this is pretty flexible, but it just gives me an idea of where I'd like to be. And then, so then I measure out, let's say we have 36 weeks that we're schooling, and there's a program that takes, or a curriculum that takes 36 weeks. So I will say, okay, I need to do about one a week. Well, then if we have a week where something just comes up, well, we just add that on to our summer. That's just something we'll have to do in the summer. And that's the joy of year-round schooling, is that I don't say by May 15th or May 30th or whatever we have to be done. We can just carry that on to the summer, and we have kind of that leeway where most of our things will be done by the end of the school year, but the ones that don't, we carry them off into the summer, and it's fine. And then that gives me an idea of not only what I need to get done by the end of the week, but then I know, okay, Saxon, we have about 4 lessons a week that we need to get through. So let's aim for 1 every day except for co-op day. That's kind of our goal. Again, sometimes we just double up. Sometimes we just don't get it done and we move it to another day. It's fine. So that gives me kind of a what I need to do per week. And then when I'm looking at a week at a time, I go ahead and fill in what days we're going to be going to co-op, what days we're going to be running errands, what days we have certain activities. Excuse the kids. So actually, back at a year at a glance, I typically by the beginning of the school year have a co-op schedule for the year, and I know when our breaks are and when we will actually be in co-op. So I circle those days as basically non-school days. I mean, they're school days because they're learning at co-op, but we don't have any curriculum that we specifically do on those days. We might go through our memory work or some of our morning time stuff, but we don't do actual curriculum on those days because we're gone most of the day at co-op. And then if I know, like right now, the season we're in, on Thursdays, I have a morning Bible study, and then we run errands in the afternoon. So I make those a very light homeschool day. So those, those subjects that I don't have to do every day, I make sure that we are not doing those on Thursdays. And so how it typically pans out is that we have our heavier school days where we just try to do most of our subjects. And then we have those lighter days where we just fill in the subjects that maybe have longer lessons or have more lessons in the year, and put those on our, currently it's Tuesdays and Thursdays are our lighter days. And so that's how we schedule. We keep things loose, but we have an idea of what we want to get done so that we do stay on track. We don't fall behind, but we're not breaking our backs trying to get it done by a certain day each week. And again, this year I know we're going to have specifically probably some history and maybe a little bit of math that will carry over into the summer, and I'm okay with that because we'll have most of our other stuff done. And so those will be our subjects that we will do into the summer, along with some fun learning. So in the summer, we'll hit our morning time a little even harder than in the school year. So we'll do morning time, and we'll then do history and maybe some math, and then call it a day until we pick up our new curriculum at the probably in August, around there sometime. So this is how we homeschool. There are so many different ways that you can schedule your homeschool. I know people that schedule it rigidly. I know people that just say, by the end of the quarter, we need to have about this done, and they just wing it. I'm not that person, but I definitely respect the people who do that and actually do it well. I wish I could be more like that. And but this is what works for us. Let me know down below what kind of schedule you use or are thinking of using if you're a new homeschooler. And I'd love to hear other people's ideas of how they handle this. And I thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.